stop! Ever wondered what it would be like to live on Mars? Let's dive into the details. Yes, folks, that glowing crimson spot in the night sky, it's more than just a celestial body. It's a possible new dwelling for humanity. However, let's carefully analyze the rusty appeal of this unusual domicile. We kick off with the atmosphere, or rather the significant deficiency of it. The atmosphere on Mars is 100-fold thinner than Earth's, which sadly implies that stepping outside for a breath of fresh air is off the table. Indeed, stepping outside without a spacesuit is quick one-way trip to the great beyond. The radiation is another factor. Mars's meager atmosphere allows nearly all harmful cosmic rays to reach the surface, translating to a full-body X-ray around every 5 days. As for the climate, if you're a fan of cold weather, Mars could be your icy utopia. It's comparable to living in Antarctica, minus the penguins, with sinking to an average of -80 degrees Fahrenheit. Don't overlook your sunscreen on Mars. With harsh ultraviolet light, you'll require a substantial application of SPF 5000 as the bare minimum. Moreover, the dust storms are not to be underestimated. These are beyond your typical dust devils. We're discussing global tempests that can last for months. It's akin to living in a snow globe, but with fine, rusty dust instead of snow. Mars is far from being a tropical paradise. It's more like the worst vacation spot ever. But remember, location, location, location. And Mars is certainly distinctive. So if frostbite and a constant sunburn are your cup of tea, Mars may just be your ideal destination. Besides, it's the ultimate doer-upper, and doesn't everyone adore a good project? But let's not sidestep the economic challenges. Imagine the expense of shipping your beloved snacks from Earth, or establishing industries in the harsh Martian environment. But who knows, if Mars becomes highly developed, we might witness the rise of Martian tourism. So, if you're a venturesome entrepreneur, Mars may just be your next colossal business venture. Ever tried to survive on just the contents of your pantry? Well, Mars takes limited resources to a whole new level. Imagine popping to the shops for a pint of milk and finding yourself on a 2-year round trip. And don't even get me started on the Martian diet. With water in limited supply, you can forget about your morning showers. Instead, you'd have to make do with a quick dusting off Martian style. Then there's the food situation. We're talking vacuum-packed meals and nutrition bars. Not exactly a foodie's paradise, is it? But hey, on the plus side, calorie counting on Mars is a breeze. And don't expect any Martian fast food delivery services anytime soon. Even if you could get a pizza delivered, it'd be stone cold by the time it arrived. So in essence, the Martian diet is all about survival, not pleasure. On the bright side, you'd never have to worry about overeating on Mars. Forget the gym. Mars' reduced gravity could have you bouncing around like an over-caffeinated kangaroo. Mars, you see, has just about a third of Earth's gravity. That means for every step you take, you'll feel as light as a feather, or perhaps more accurately, as a kangaroo on a trampoline. Imagine the sports we could invent in this low-gravity environment. Martian basketball, where every player is Michael Jordan, nailing slam dunks from the halfway line. Or what about long jump? We'd have to redefine the term long. And let's not even start on the high jump. We'd need taller poles just to measure it, but it's not all fun and games. This reduced gravity could have some serious effects on our bodies. Muscle and bone loss are real concerns, but hey, at least you'll have a legitimate excuse not to skip leg day. Who needs a Stairmaster when you can leap tall buildings in a single bound? If you thought assembling IKEA furniture was tough, wait till you have to build your own habitat on Mars. Now, I'm sure you've attempted a do-it-yourself project at some point, perhaps painting a room, building a shed, or even planting a vegetable garden. But let's take that concept and catapult it to a whole new level. We're talking DIY on a galactic scale. Living on Mars would require a level of self-sufficiency that puts even the most seasoned survivalists to shame. Imagine having to build your own habitat, maintaining it against the harsh Martian elements, and ensuring it's airtight to keep that precious oxygen in. This isn't just a weekend project, folks, it's a lifelong commitment. And what about food? You can't exactly pop down to the local supermarket for a pint of milk or a loaf of bread. You'd need to become a master of hydroponic farming, growing your own crops in a controlled environment. So, if you've ever killed a houseplant, you might want to rethink that Mars vacation. Equipment maintenance? That's on you too. There are no handyman services in space. Picture yourself as a mechanic, plumber, electrician, and all rolled into one with no internet tutorials to guide you. But think about the payoff. A home that's truly yours, a farm that feeds you, and a life that's out of this world, literally. Just imagine the bragging rights. Oh, this little place, I built it myself on Mars. If you thought lockdowns were tough, wait till you experience the isolation on Mars. Imagine being millions of miles away from the nearest human being. It's just you, the red dust, and the occasional robotic rover sending back selfies to Earth. Now that's what we call the ultimate social distancing. The psychological challenges of living on Mars are not to be underestimated. It's not just about surviving the harsh environment, it's about thriving in complete isolation. It takes a special kind of person to not just cope, but to flourish in such conditions. You'd have to be a bit of an introvert, a bit of an adventurer, and a whole lot of crazy. And let's not forget about the lack of internet. I mean, sure, you'll have some form of communication with Earth, but we're talking about a 20-minute delay each way. That's 40 minutes round trip for a single text message. So forget about binge watching your favorite shows or keeping up with the latest trends on social media. On Mars, you'll be living the ultimate unplugged experience. But hey, on the bright side, you won't have to worry about unwanted guests dropping by unannounced or noisy neighbors disturbing your peace. And the view, oh, the view. It's simply out of this world, literally. So, if you're looking for a place where you won't be bothered by anyone, Mars might just be the ultimate getaway. Ever wondered about the cost of living on Mars? Let's just say it's not for the faint of wallet. The price tag of transporting even the smallest of items from Earth to Mars is astronomical, literally. Now imagine the cost of sending essential items like food, water, and medical supplies. The cost can add up pretty quickly, but wait, there's more. Setting up industries in such a harsh environment is not going to be a walk in the park. The challenges are numerous, from dealing with the thin Martian atmosphere to the freezing temperatures. However, there's potential for a new Martian economy based on mining and tourism. Mars is rich in minerals, and the novelty of being the first tourist on the red planet could attract the wealthy and adventurous. But remember, this is not your regular vacation. This is a trip that comes with a hefty price tag and a one-way ticket. So if you're planning to move to Mars, better start saving up now. And don't forget to pack your sense of humor. You're going to need it. After all, it's not every day you get to say, I live on another planet.